Good afternoon, everyone, on the MYBC Consulting Facebook page. How are my almost 1,900 plus followers out there? It's time for another edition of Where in the World Is ... a W5 story session, where I bring connections that I've met recently, somewhere in between, or long-term connections, and I ask them the all-important W5 questions. You know, the ones that start with who, what, where, when, and why. And without further ado, who are you?
I am Coach Steve. Thank you.
So, Coach Steve, what are 5 who hats you wear in this life?
Well, before I answer that, Jeanette, my screen has gone black, so I trust that I can still be seen by you. And I also wanted to thank you for allowing me to join and help potentially your people. So 5 who's for me are: number 1 is, of course, coach, but I'm also husband. I take that role very seriously. I'm also a fierce competitor. I've been playing sports since I was a little kid, even though I'm a bit of an old duff now. I am an influencer in the sense that, you know, I've been doing this over 30 years, and I love to create. So I would identify myself as a creator as well.
So, there's a couple of good juicy who hats there that we're going to go. So when you say you're an influencer and creator, what are some of the things you have influenced in this life?
Well, I'm a master certified coach. A lot of people don't know what that means, but basically it's, you know, there's a requirement to have 10,000 hours of logged coaching, and I, in my 31 years, have about 30,000 hours. So being that master certified coach, you know, I've been able to influence people, over 11,000 clients to date in their life, because, you know, uncertainty is torture for a lot of people. And what a coach often does is remove the uncertainty, so we go to absolute certainty, and I've been able to help with that. Plus, I've been an author of many books. I'm a speaker from stage, and so on.
Okay, so I normally do personal and business, but that one really intrigued me. So as a husband, what are some of the things you like to do with your wife?
Well, you know, my wife is Eastern European. She's Hungarian by nature. And anybody that knows the Eastern European women is very serious, very structured, love to work. It's inbred in them. My wife actually owns her own business as well. She's been a dog groomer for 25 years. And her passion is breeding English setter puppies, dogs. And one of the things we do for fun is go to dog shows. In fact, that's probably the only time she's not working. Being Eastern European, she works 6 days a week. But whenever we have the opportunity and there is a dog show available, we will go. But we also love to eat, you can probably tell. And we go out every Sunday. We both block Sunday. We have that day for ourselves. We go out somewhere nice to eat. And, you know, retail therapy helps both of us from time to time as well.
So where do you live on this big blue marble, and where can you serve as a coach?
I live in Langley, British Columbia, Canada from May until October, and I live in Bayonet Point, Florida from October until May. I've had my fill of the rain here in Vancouver.
And where can you help people as a coach?
Where physically? Well, I've got clients all over the world. Or do you mean what areas?
Well, like if I lived in Africa, could you be my coach?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I've got clients all over the world. I've been blessed having done this for a long time. In fact, my most recent book is called Conceive, Believe, and Achieve. And the first 4 pages of the book are actually 4 pages of testimonials from people all over the world, all kinds of different countries. So I've been blessed. I don't know how I did it. I don't know how it happened, but I'm grateful that I can help people all over the world.
So, Coach Steve, when did you decide that this is what you wanted to do for business?
That is a great question, Jeanette. You know, back in the day, I had owned 4 different technology companies. I'm 63 years old now. This is probably back when I was 29 to about 33. And I never really enjoyed that business. I've always enjoyed technology. So I hired a business coach, which I had never heard of at the time, back in 1993, to help me sell my 4th business, because I had sold 3 and really didn't make much money at all. And at the end, when I got my $500,000, I thought, wow, that is a cool career. I want to do that for the rest of my life. So I invested a ton of money, part of what I had received, and decided I wanted to be a certified life and business coach, and I've been doing it ever since.
So the ultimate question that I love is, what's your why in life?
You know, a lot of people will say they want to help people. I have this odd skill where, in my nuclear family, I have two daughters and brother and a sister and so on. When they tell me what's going on in their lives, I really can't feel it per se. Like I intellectually understand it, but I don't feel it and get it. However, when a client tells me things, and maybe it's the same exact things my daughters or siblings or wife are telling me, I have this feeling. I think it's divine. I don't know where I get this skill. And so it really helps me to feel satisfied when I know I've helped people, because, uncertainty is torture. It makes people have doubts and worries and fears. And, you don't want to live that way. People, they are living already with too much stress and too much anxiety. It destroys their self-confidence. It destroys their self-respect and self-esteem. So I like to help them so they're not playing cautious, they're playing full out, they're not procrastinating. And when I can see that happening for them, I get immense satisfaction from that.
Beautiful. So thank you so much, Coach Steve, for joining me today and sharing a very small portion, I'm sure, of a much bigger, unique to you W5 story. We'll make sure that Coach Steve puts into the comments below a link to a website or a booking site in order for you to go deeper in conversation to know more. I know I'd want to know more about the dogs, the dog part of him and his wife getting together. So Steve, make sure you don't sign yourself off, because we have to take a beautiful screenshot for my thumbnail for YouTube. So this video will be uploaded on my Instagram page, my YouTube channel, and over on LinkedIn as well. Because guys, I encourage you all, when you start building those relationships, what better way to walk up to someone and go, hi, I'm Jeanette. Who are you? What do you do? Where do you do it? When did you do it? And what's your why in life? You'll be amazed at how you'll find alignment when you get those answers. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and I'll be back next Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for another edition of Where in the World Is ... a W5 story session. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.